Hello, everyone. Welcome to another talk with Gerald. Welcome to Spiritual Talk with Gerald. And I'm so excited to have you guys with us again. And we have a beautiful episode. And this episode today is going to be about how do I find the good in life? Where is it? Where do I find it? I've been looking around. Or have you? That's the real question. Have you been looking at life and finding the worst and the bad in everything? Are you looking at people and not seeing the best in them? Do you go to places and find what's wrong with it instead of looking at how beautiful the place is, how wonderful the greenery is, the staff is? Are you expecting life to be good? How do you find the good in life? I think that's a really great question. I think a lot of times we can look at the social media, we can look at the news, and we can see all the bad things that are happening. And we can get latched onto that feeling of misery, that feeling of unhappiness, that feeling of sadness. But that's not the only feeling in the emotional spectrum, right? You're allowed to feel all kinds of ways, right? And when you start looking at what's great, where I'm gonna give you 4 tips today to find out what's great about life, right? How do I find the good in life? And you can grab your pen and a sheet of paper right now because I'm gonna give you some practical things, right, that you can utilize in your day to day life to find the good in life, right? The first thing is, are you looking for what's great, right? Start looking for what's great. Here's a wonderful thing I'd love for you to do. If you have a loved one in your life, a child, a significant other, a husband, a wife, a colleague, I want you to go up to them and look at them, not in some weird way, but look at them and see what's good about them and say that to them. Say, you know what? I really want to let you know that you're always smiling, or you always have something great to say, or you're always wearing something really nice, or you always smell good, or I mean, genuinely find something good about them and tell them. And you know what this does? This creates this ability to find the good in people, to find the good in situations, and not just look at what's bad, but find what's good, right? So you become habitual, a habit at looking for what's great in life. So the question is, how do I find the good in my life? Well, easy. I'm always on the search for it. I'm looking. I'm looking at what's great about you. I'm looking at what I like about you, not what I don't like, right? Here's the second thing you can do. You can start speaking life into people. Instead of looking at their weaknesses, right? Instead of finding what's weak about them, find out what's great about them. Don't look at their weaknesses. How do you find the good in life? Stop looking at what's weak about things. Stop looking at what's wrong, right? Start looking and speaking beauty into the lives of others. And again, you'll start seeing what's right about life. You'll start looking at the beautiful wonders and, like, oh my God, wow, the wind's really blowing nice today. Wow, the sun's shining a little bit brighter today. Look at that. Wow. Wow. My clothes fit a little bit greater today. I mean, you just start noticing because it's a habit now. You're looking for what's great in life. You're not looking for what's wrong because you know what's wrong is always available. What's wrong is always there. Complaining, nobody wants to hear it, right? They always, and plus people are going to match you with their own complaints. Well, if you think yours is bad, well, let me tell you what happened to me last week, right? And then it becomes a competition on whose life is worse. Yeah, isn't that weird? Instead of finding out, can we talk about what's great about your life instead of, like, let me tell you about my horror stories in my life? Find the good stories in your life and share them with people. That's the fourth thing, right? Find a story, find a moment in your life where life is really good, and go and share that with someone. People need inspiration and hope. Everyone has had something in their lives that didn't work out, that they were able to push through and push past. And people more than ever need to hear how you made it through. People need to hear what skills or techniques or strategies you've used to get past your depression. People need to know how your divorce almost ruined you, but you figured out how to get through it. People need to know how to find the good in life. There's no need to holding it there's no need to holding it a secret, right? If you can help someone find the good in life, share your goodness, share your stories, right? Of winning. Because life hasn't always been bad. Do you remember when life wasn't bad? Right? Do you remember one time in your life where life was good? Can you hold on to that moment and then share it with someone? Yeah. Hmm. Can you find a wonderful moment in your life and share it with someone you love? That's how you find the good in your life. You take some time and see, where has God been good to me? Where has the universe saved my butt? Where, if I can just take a second and say, there was that time, right? So, how do you find the good in life, right? I started expecting. Here's a great story. I was in Mexico City, right? And it was New Year's. Oh, this is such a cool story. It was New Year's. I've never been to Mexico City. I'm in the Mexico City airport, and Mexico City, Mexico, not Mexico City, America. Because sometimes people, I thought they were. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm in Mexico City in the airport, and this lady is there. We're all going back to America. We're going back to the States. It's right after New Year's, and we're like barely there, obviously on time enough to like everyone's checked their luggage. So, but we're still like not checked in. So our luggage is checked, but we're not checked in, right? So this lady's next to me. She's talking and she's like, man, we're probably not gonna make it. And like, yeah, and you know what's funny? We're on the same flight, so we're going back to Colorado, right? On the same flight. The lady tells me over and over again, yeah, we're not gonna make it. This is, you can tell. And I look at this lady and I say, actually, I am going to get on this airplane and I'm going to leave today. And she's like, what? How do you know that? I said, well, listen, there's two ways I could look at this. I could look at it your way and think that I'm going to sit here, I'm going to miss my plane, and I'm not going to go back to the States, and I'm going to have to figure out a new flight. I can sit here and be in this miserable turmoil moment of how I could catastrophize this moment, meaning, how could I make myself have the most anxiety possible by thinking the most negative thing I could think. And I refuse to do that. And I encourage you, if you see somebody or if you're around people that talk very discouraging, very negatively, that is your moment to make a decision. You can adopt their way of thinking, or you can do what I did, which I'm about to tell you. So I told her in the line in Mexico City at the airport, no, lady, I'm not going to miss my flight. We're going to the same place, but I'm not going to miss my flight. I'm going to get on this plane and I'm going to leave. And she's like, wow, you think so? I said, yeah, I do. I really do. I really do. And so I said, because I'd rather believe that I'm going to get on the plane and leave. I'd rather believe that. I'd rather believe something more positive, something that would serve me, than to sit here and believe that I'm not going to get on the airplane. 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, this guy comes out of nowhere and says, everyone that's checked out on United Airlines, get into this line. And I was like, well, that would be us. And I said, that line? The line with nobody in it? And he's like, yeah, all of y'all that are about to leave on this airplane, get over there and into the line and go get checked in and get on the airplane. So I turned around and I looked at the lady and I said, told you. I got on the airplane to Mexico City at that New Year's Eve because I expected a miracle. How do I find the good in life? I expected that miracle. I expected to get on the airplane. I expected good things to happen in my life. And guess what? Unlike the Debbie Downer lady who thought I was going to stay at the airport with her. And you know what I said? I can't imagine sitting here with you for another day. I wanted to leave so bad. I knew that plane, I was like, there's no way, God, that you're going to let me stay with this lady who doesn't believe we're going to get on this plane. And you know what? I was right. The plane left and we were on it together. And that lady was so happy. And I think that day I got to believe her. And she's like, you know what? I think I'm going to start, I think I probably, what she said to me too, because we were in the walkway together getting on the airplane. She says, you know what? I think I'm going to start thinking a little differently. And I was like, really? She's like, yeah, I think you're right. I think. I think I should start thinking differently because it really, stresses me out probably to think like that. And I'm like, yeah, it does stress you out to think that life is not going to be good to you. And I want you guys to hear that. It stresses you out to think that life is not going to be good to you. It stresses you out. It does. So instead of pouring into the fear and anxiety of things in life not working, pour your energy into things working. Imagine if your life did work out the way that you wanted it to. Can you give more energy into that instead of giving more energy and anxiety into things not working out? Can you pour more emotional energy, more physical energy, more mental bandwidth into believing that your life could be the most expansive it's ever been? Can you believe that? Because what's wrong is always available. What's wrong is always there. But you can't find the good in life if you keep staring at what's wrong about the present. Past moments in your life, you've got to let it go. Because if you don't, how do you have access to find the good in life? You don't, right? So I hope this has added value to you where you can start looking for the good in life. Because that's how you find it. You're looking for it. It says, seek and you shall find the good in life. Knock and you will be open to the good in life. But if you're not seeking the good in life, what are you what are you expecting then? Hmm. If I'm not expecting the good out of life, if I'm not expecting the job to call me, if I'm not expecting to get married, if I'm not expected to have the baby, what am I expecting? And would I rather that come true? Or would I rather pour energy in something that I want to come true? Put energy into what you want, not what you don't want. Pour mental and emotional energy into what you want. Mentally, what you want. Emotionally, feel what you want. Physically, go and do what makes you happy, not addictively, like drugs and stuff. But I mean, like, that gets you charged to go and do your passion, your job, your mothering, your fathering, your adulting, right? All right. So this has been another spiritual talk with Gerald. So excited. Again, follow us on Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, and Audible, and Amazon, and YouTube, and TikTok, and everywhere because we're talking. All right, so this has been another episode with Spiritual Talks with Gerald. Follow me on YouTube, Spiritual Talks with GeraldFears. You'll see me on YouTube. Also, follow us on Apple, Spotify, and all of the places. And until next time, find, I'm sorry, look for the good in life, and you'll find it. Until next time, I'll see you guys soon. And this has been another episode of Spiritual Talks with Gerald. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Thank you. Namaste.